This video has been creeping a lot of people out. The video apparently comes from TikTok and the caption reads, "Found this in the middle of nowhere." The video is extremely short, but it's still very terrifying. Take a look. A pale, skinny, humanoid-looking being is seen crossing the path. Its skinny legs are crossed and it looks like it's almost trying to direct traffic or something. Some speculate it could have been a skinwalker that was trying to disguise itself as a person directing traffic, but this was the result. We can tell it's way too skinny to be a human, and its face is too small and too oddly shaped to be a human as well. However, some suspect this could be CGI, but it just looks so real. Can CGI possibly produce such a realistic looking video? If this is real footage, one thing's for sure, this is not a creature of this world. This video was uploaded to TikTok on October 26th, so literally just the other day. A man was doing some construction work in a forest. He was operating a backhoe, just doing his job. However, there was a trail cam set up near the site, and while he was working innocently, we can see something strange lurking in the background. This creature looks massive, and it had to be at least 9 feet tall considering where it was standing. The creature appears to be interested in what the man is doing, just watching him from afar. If this really was a Bigfoot, it definitely had never seen anything like this before, so I'm sure it was intrigued. And the man operating the backhoe never saw or heard this creature. If it wasn't for the trail camera, nobody would have ever known that it was there. And someone in the comment section also said that Bigfoots love to watch construction equipment and that it's pretty well documented. If this is the case, is this exactly what's going on here? Though some say it could just be a man in a ghillie suit or some sort of costume. But as I said earlier, this creature had to be freakishly tall, so that's probably not the case. A man would have a horrifying encounter in the abandoned Valley View Mall in Dallas, Texas. He was all alone exploring the mall when a giant and very eerie-looking statue was spotted. It's called the Rolling Giant. It's called the Rolling Giant because it has wheels underneath and you could roll it around. But anyways, the man passes by the Rolling Giant when suddenly it begins to move all on its own. And we can tell it's moving on its own because he's the only one in the whole building. Could this be the work of something paranormal?
Hey.
The man then runs up the stairs and watch what happens next. This encounter is just so disturbing. Imagine yourself in the shoes of the man in the video. And the Rolling Giant just looks so creepy and demonic enough, but the fact that it's chasing this man throughout the mall, heck no. Even before this encounter, there were many speculations that this statue was haunted. It was said to move all on its own and scare shoppers. Could this be the reason why the mall closed down and is now abandoned? Also, now the mall is completely demolished, so it doesn't exist anymore. But the Rolling Giant still does exist, but its whereabouts are unknown. Just some very creepy footage to keep you up at night. The following footage was taken by a road safety camera in El Salvador. The video comes from El Rojo Vivo, a news station. They did a story on this video and it began to shock the public. Considering it was on an actual news site, it does give the footage even more credibility. In the beginning of the video, a car crashes and falls off the bridge into the river down below. But we can't show this part because it was a fatal car accident. But it's what happens right after the accident that makes this footage so strange. Mere seconds after the deadly accident occurred, a truck drives by, and some unknown figure is spotted on the back. Getting a better look at this strange figure, it resembles the Grim Reaper. It's wearing a dark cloak just like the Grim Reaper does. The Reaper or Angel of Death is a supernatural being from ancient lore that is said to come and collect the souls of humans when they die. Even a paranormal investigator believes that this is exactly what was happening in the footage. He thought that the Angel of Death showed up to collect the victim's soul. Investigator Cesar Saget was brought in by El Rojo Vivo and interviewed, and he gave his take on what he thought about the footage.
Trasladar, acompañar a todo aquel que fallece hacia el mundo espiritual final.
Although skeptics say this was just a coincidence and that the being was a statue, but some say they can see it move slightly, which would debunk the theory. Nonetheless, some eerie footage for sure. Taking a look at a video that I just can't wrap my mind around, I'll just let the footage speak for itself. Covered by news station ABC7 LA, this is just such a strange phenomenon. The plane appears to be frozen in its place. It looks like it's not moving at all. But according to ABC News, this is something called the parallax effect. It's an optical illusion that happens when you move past something that's moving as well, and it makes the object appear to be stuck in place. But this just looks so real, and it really looks like it's not moving. I just thought it was so bizarre. Even though the parallax effect really is a thing, others are still skeptical, calling it a glitch in the matrix. And I totally get why. Taking a look at some mysterious footage. It was apparently taken by a man named Harley Hoffman. It happened somewhere in British Columbia. Take a look as the footage shows a pretty clear video of what looks like Bigfoot walking through the woods. It's pretty clear and easy to see. It looks exactly like what a Bigfoot is supposed to look like. Long black hair, tall and wide, the evidence is pretty compelling. Let's replay it again. This clip was posted by Killer Clown's TikTok on February 19th, 2023. Some teenagers were going for a late night drive. They shined their flashlight into the field as they drove by, and this is what they saw. All of a sudden, a humanoid creature appears and begins running quickly towards them. Many people think this is the infamous cryptid called the Rake. The Rake is a supposed creature that lurks in the depths of the forest and woods and terrorizes and stalks humans. They were given the name the Rake because they have long, sharp claws and try to rake and scratch at their prey. Obviously, it's unknown if the Rake is real, and that's why it's called a cryptid, a creature with no firm evidence of its existence. People began to think that this is just a hoax and that it is just a man in a costume. However, if you slow the footage down and freeze it, the body looks different than a human's. The arms look freakishly long, and it just doesn't appear to have the same features as a human, which makes others believe this is not a